The Disneyland Railroad.
Everybody waiting in line at Tomorrowland Station, please be advised this train has just been brought out from the roundhouse and we're still finishing up our safety paperwork for the day. Our next train is right behind us and we'll get you on that. Thank you.
Your attention, please. The Disneyland Limited now arriving from a trip around Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom. Passengers will stand by the door.
For the flying help and much more. Once again, please remain fully seated. The train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station.
This is Toontown Depot. Just a moment. This is Toontown Depot. Mickey's Toontown.
Your attention, please. The Disneyland Limited now.
Everyone, please remain seated left, keeping your hands, arms, legs, and feet inside the train left. Please advise just make sure all small guests are in center to the wing, now open center. Just behind the bench, turn it off left. Our next stop will be Tomorrowland Station.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Under 7, parts needed on top of the block. What is the middle of the list? Always lunch to Rosie. I want to stop Rosie to Tomorrowland. Don't worry, we're going to get there today.
Hello everyone! Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to
Next
stay
train in
seated
5
with your
minutes,
hands,
folks.
arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo.
The Disneyland Limited now arriving from a trip around Walt Disney Imagination. And it is trip 5.
Once again, we mean all the way over to the right side left towards the windows. Filling in all the available space so we can make some more room for our friends at the station. Thank you. Used to be although we do love sugar.
I want to sit here.
Hello everyone! Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. Off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail and us are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail and us are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astro blasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
Alrighty, friends, as we roll into Tomorrowland Station, please be seated to become to a full and complete stop. Here is your gateway to Autopia, Space Mountain, Star Tours, and if you're trying to get to downtown Disney or any of the Disneyland hotels, the monorail is here as well. Once again, remain seated to become to a full and complete stop.
Station. This will be your destination for Space Mountain, Star Tours, Let's Play Your Astro Blasters, and much more. Once again, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. Thank you for joining us, everyone, and we hope you have a magical day.
What did you guys want to see?
We'll have a picture from the front if that's alright.
Sure. Just make sure not to touch anything, okay?
Yeah.
Everything's really hot. Just keep walking down here and I can take care of it for you. Alright, just wait. Take the card for you about to get it.
Number 4 there.
Yes, that one's working.
The one is keep working today.
Great.
Pretty heavy. Do it like that. Oh yeah. That's all fine. Yeah. Well, no, all fine.
That's what he builds. Oh, I have one of those over at my house.
Yeah.
Same scale. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not in that kind of condition.
Yeah, he's got two wheels.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone.
Time to get going, guys. Sorry.
Thank you.
Nice seeing you. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, too. Alright, goodbye, guys.
Take care, Johnny.
Alright, you too.
steam past Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier. Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Oh, she was like, where's the I was like, why did you walk through here? Go get it. She was like, no, because it's
I do not know about that. We would have saw that.
My turn
Someone lost me.
That's somewhat.
Grayson, back up. Alana, back up.
Hi everybody, may I have your
Get off.
May I have your attention please? This train is on its last trip around the park. Our last stop is the next stop, Toontown. So if you're going to Toontown, feel free to hop on board. If you're going to any other station, including coming back here, please wait for the next train. Toontown only. Go ahead and take a little step back, everybody. Watch your fingers, watch your toes. Toontown only. Toontown only. Come on in if you're going to Toontown.
Forward.
Welcome aboard, folks. Please remember to remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. Parents, using sure to supervise your little ones, keeping them away from any of the train openings and making sure they are sitting on either on the lap or on the bench. Our next stop is going to be Toontown Depot, your gateway to Fantasyland, and the last stop on this train for the night. But the next train should be coming shortly afterwards.
Just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
The music is hot. When it comes to sweetness, the inhabitants of the land we're passing over are the bee's knees. Here in Bayou Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Lewis the Alligator, and other beloved critters on their fun-filled adventures. As we've seen past Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the great river valley below. you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fuels these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation that's moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams, and the stories that went with them, were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable, like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness. Signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of tier, the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, the cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. Have fun, and say hi to Mickey and Minnie for me.
As we approach Toontown Depot, please remember to remain seated until the train comes to a complete and full stop. This stop is going to be the quickest and closest stop to the new attraction Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and many other Fantasyland attractions. Once again, at this time, this is the final stop for this train, as we do kindly ask. Once the train stops, if you disembark. Once again, please make sure you're waiting until the train stops to get off of the train.
Now arriving from a trip around Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom, passengers will stand by to board.
Welcome aboard, folks. Please remain seated. All hands, feet, arms, legs inside the train. This is going to be a one-way stop to Main Street. We're not going to be getting off at Tomorrowland. It's going to be a one-way stop to Main Street.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. Visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and